What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's another Saturday, so that means another video with Spunky Boy. So in this video, I'm going to be going over 10 things that I do not like about this bike. And this list was difficult for me to make because there's far more things that I like about this bike than I dislike about this bike. So I'm heading to 7-Eleven right now. I'm going to take you guys along with me just like I usually do. And that's going to lead me into the first thing that I do not like about this bike. So stick around and find out because we're starting now. Ah, we made it to 7-Eleven.
Ah, there she is.
Triton, great energy drink. Not a lot of people know about it. That leads me to the first thing that I hate about this bike, and that is the trunk space. Abracadabra, alakazam, make this trunk open up again. Wow, it's amazing how that works. See, man, you can't fit like just, you know. And looking at it too, you think you could fit more in there, but it's like really small. Damn, that's a nice Evo. But yeah, that's the first thing I don't like about it. And we're gonna get back on the road. I'm gonna tell you 9 other things I freaking hate about this thing. Since we're leaving the gas station, it's perfect time for number 2, not having a fuel gauge. Now for me, this doesn't really matter that much because I've always been on a motorcycle that's never had a fuel gauge. I'm coming from motocross, man. I'm just kind of a guy that opens up the tank, shakes it around, I'm like, I'm good. If I had to nitpick and complain and put a list of things together that I don't like, I would say that. But for me, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. And that leads us to number 3, and that is going to be the headlight of this bike. Now, I have my days on this. Some days I like it, some days I don't. You know, it just really depends on how I'm feeling that day. Like today I looked at it, I'm like, it's alright. But tomorrow I might look at it and be like, oh, I don't like it, you know? It's just kind of like I have my days with the headlight. It's not the best looking, but I don't mind it at all. I will say this. The 06, 07 Gsxr, I actually think the headlight looked better in the front. It just looks a little bit different in the front. They did something to the bottom that's a little different, and they did something to the corners in the front that are a little bit different, and I think it just looks a little bit better. K6, K7, man, those are like one of the most beautiful bikes ever made for Suzuki. Number 4 is going to be the styling of this bike. I don't hate the styling, but they haven't done anything to it. From 2011 to 2020, this is the exact same bike. Now, I'm not a huge guy. I'm like, oh, I gotta have the newer style Gsxr. Like, I don't love it. But this color scheme for me was what sold me. A lot of my friends, you know, they don't like the newer Gsxrs, and I kind of agreed until I saw this specific bike. Like, this one just really drew me in. Suzuki, you know, do something new, man. You guys have been doing the same thing since 2011. Literally, there's no difference from this bike besides like the plastics. You can get something like this, man, that's no different than a new Gsxr, really. Like, they really haven't done much. Hey, you need a ride? Alright, so real quick, if you guys haven't liked the video and you're enjoying this video, make sure you leave a like on the video. Really does help me out. Number 5, from the factory, if you look on the swing arm where the rear spools would go if you had some, they just leave it empty. It's literally just a empty screw hole. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't just put them in, you know? Like, come on, man. You're just gonna leave the screw empty? I don't know, I just think that makes sense to do. I don't know why you would just leave it blank and nothing there. But hey, I don't make these bikes, I just ride them. Number 6 is probably one of the ugliest things on this bike from stock, and that is the stock exhaust. looks like crap, man. That thing is just huge and ugly and doesn't sound good. Like, instantly when I saw it, I was like, I'm taking that off. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know anybody that gets a sport bike and says, hey, I'm leaving on the stock exhaust because I just like it. You know, everybody changes the exhaust, so that's not really that big of a deal for me. Number 7. Have you ever heard the term Gsxr squid? My goodness, is that the most true statement I've ever heard? Yes, it is. The people this bike attracts is just a bunch of noobs, man. People that don't wear gear, people that don't know anything about motorcycles. I don't know why, they just love the Gsxrs for some reason. I wanted an 06, 07, you know? But my main thing was I wanted this, but they were just kind of expensive. And like I found a few that, not many, this bike was hard to find, but I found like a few, and one of them had been wrecked, and the dude, same story. They're just all like inexperienced, like beginners, and they're all liars too, man. Liars, liars, liars. But the people that ride this bike, man, some of them are just really tryhards and just squids, you know. But you could say the same thing about me. I mean, I got a mohawk on the top of my helmet, you know. But I don't know, I think I look cool. Number 8. Suzuki puts this pass button right here, if you can see that. Now, I've never ever used this button to pass anybody. I don't know why the hell they put that on there. Like, I don't know. But I will say that when I'm at an intersection, like a stop sign with four-way intersection, if I'm trying to communicate with somebody, I'll either shake my head or click the pass button. That's really the only time I use it, but I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, who the hell are you telling, you know, that you're passing? Like, I'd never ever do that. Number 9, and that is the rear seat cowl on this bike. I don't like the way it's shaped compared to the old one. Like, even the 08 looks great too. The 08, 09, 06, 07, the way they were shaped in the back just looked better than this one. This one's like flat and just, I don't know, I don't really like it that much. And it's carbon fiber, that's kind of cool, but I just think they look better back in the day. So what I liked about the older Gsxrs is like the shape of the seat cowl was way better. It just looked better, and then they would match the color as well. So like if you had a blue bike, the seat cowl would be blue. If you had a red bike, the seat cowl would be red. So I kind of just like that, how they did that back in the day. I don't really like what they do nowadays with it. It just doesn't look as cool to me. Number 10, last but not least, and this is something they need to do, man. I'm on a 2015, man, and I got lights that are like from 2001. There's yellow stock ugly lights. Like, you know, those gotta be replaced. Like, I don't know why they still have that. Put HIDs or LEDs on here, man. It's about damn time. The low beams on this bike, man, you can't see anything. I literally can't see anything at night unless I have the high beams on. But there's a Schnauzer over there, and I love Schnauzers. I have 2 Schnauzers, so I love Schnauzers. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. 10 things I don't like about my bike. As I mentioned before, this video was not easy to make. You know, this list was kind of hard to think about of things I don't like because there's so many things I like. And if you haven't seen the video of the things that I like about my Gsxr, make sure you go ahead and check that out. I can't put it up on the screen. I don't have a laptop yet, so sorry about that. Just go check it out. I'll see you next Saturday. Take it easy. Peace out.